Okay, it is Wednesday, May 12th. We're going to see what's going on in the front yard. So the red tulips are pretty done. I came and deadheaded, which is just snipping the very top off. A lot of them. These red and white striped ones are still hanging on for a little bit, but they'll be done probably in the next few days. I'm seeing they're almost done. And then I will come back, and there's one that needs to be deadheaded there. And I'll just snip that top off. And then let these guys die back naturally to hopefully come back in the spring next year. We've enjoyed them a lot. But yeah, the tulips are starting to be almost spent. And I still need to power wash the front porch or stoop, whatever this is that I'm on. It is still a mess. And then I do have some weeds and things growing back in this bed. I'm gonna give this some attention soon. And I've got the obelisk up here, but I need to set it up with the rose and start planting some of the other things that I have for out here. We still really want a front fence for a little more privacy. We'll see if we get that done this year or not. Over here, these peonies are really coming along nice. Forming some beautiful buds. So I think we'll see some peonies soon. And they look really lovely next to these azaleas. So these were solid pink balls. And I'm starting to see some green poke through. Not sure how much longer they last, but they're really cool. Back there we made our flag into something of a maypole for May, for Mother's Day. Just ribbons on a flagpole. There's nothing to that, but I think it adds some fun element to the front yard. And then our tulips are still really, really pretty. So the mix was Endless Summer Mix from Dutch Grown, combined with these parrot tulips. So I had both put in this ground here. We'll see what comes back next year. But there are still some beautiful works of art from the Endless Summer mix, like that beautiful one. And then these parrot tulips are doing great. They just still are here. They'll probably be gone by next week's video, but they're still adding a lot of really pretty interest. And also I came through and deadheaded a day or two ago. So there's a lot that were here that aren't anymore, but it's still pretty lovely. And these are almost done. A little peony back there, which I think is going to start blooming soon. Those will bloom all summer, if I recall. On this side of the path, in between the two azaleas, I planted some bulbs in the ground, and they have not popped up yet. Gladiolus and something else. We'll see if they come up. I'm sure they will. Good faith. And then over here, unfortunately, I think I missed videoing my viburnum bush when it was in full white flower. It was very, very pretty. All of these were all bright white, very lovely. Now this viburnum is entirely too overgrown, obviously, for the space it's in. But what I'm going to do is trim it from the bottom to open up its trunk and give it more of a tree shape than a bush shape, and thin it out a bit and make it a little bit more architectural here. So I'm really looking forward to that project. With flowering bushes, I hear, you want to wait till after they flower, and then you can trim and prune and things like that. The trimming and the pruning will spark some new growth. So this is going to be a project that I'm really looking forward to, making that into a pretty sculpture, tree sculpture. I still have this sort of dead bush that I'm going to cut back and put something else there, I think. And I just haven't done it yet. So yeah, so there's the front yard on May 12th. And we'll continue to see what happens.